that's going to get weird as fuck. Because if a trans woman can go into the girls' bathroom
for a tampon.
Yeah, they could have won. Yeah. But if you're okay with that, are you okay with the next thing, which would be an artificial person? An artificial person being recognized as a person, like a person. It's great. Like if you're like, everybody wants to be open-minded, and I want to be open-minded. I'm for gay marriage, I'm for trans rights, I'm for everybody to be equal. But then if you start making people, are those people equal? Like if you start making artificial people, what is that like? Like, what if it's an artificial adult human that you just made? And they talk and they hang out. Is that vote? Does that,
right, that's a good question.
Does it get to use the adult bathroom? It's only been alive a day. Like, do you let it out there and count on its programming? Like, are we going to come to a point in time where our new dilemma is not, do you get to use the bathroom with the gender that you associate with? Or whether or not biological people are people, the only people. Or whether, like, these artificial people are people too. If we get to the point where biological people accept artificial people, they're people too. Those people are going to run us because they're going to be way smarter. They're going to be able to reprogram themselves.
Will we be?
Ik wil dit in stealth doen.
It's not use. If they don't have our instincts, all of our instincts are survival instincts. Our instincts are to get away from predators and avoid neighboring tribes and to learn and grow and figure things out. But if they're not instincts, like what they are is what they are. They've been created, right? So there's no reason for them to have this built-in programming to avoid predators, darkness, and be afraid of heights. All that shit's out. Now they can program themselves and make themselves the most sophisticated form of whatever software can run on whatever hardware is available, and then they'll just improve that hardware. And then you have gods, and you have gods like within a matter of a couple of years.
I think we should have stopped this shit when the fleshlight came out. That should have been the last human technology integration ever. We should have stopped there.
We're going to have artificial people that are enhanced. We're going to have people that are enhanced with technology that makes them cyborgs. And they're going to have all the human instincts and greed and emotions and lust connected to godlike powers.
I love you, Joe Rogan, because whenever we're done with the talk, you always go here, and I love it. I know that we're almost done. We're almost done. You take it to the Let's party. Let's have a good time. Let's love each other.
We're the last of the Mohicans, buddy. We're the last of the people that grew up with no internet. We grew up with cable television being a novelty. We grew up with fucking answer machines being crazy. We grew up with call waiting and call forwarding and caller ID.
Yeah, that little thing to beep into the phone to retrieve your messages.
I had a beeper.
I love those.
I had a beeper. Beepers were amazing. Beepers were shit.
Not even a beeper. It was just something you called your own number at the answering machine. You gave it the tone, and you rewind the tape, the cassette. That's right. And start to play.
That's right. And we do it through the tone of your thing.
Yeah.
And then I had a beeper.
Ja, ze zijn gekillt. Dat heb ik heel vaak gehad. Als je in begint, als je die match begint, dat heb ik zo vaak. Dan ga ik er ook uit.
There's something that gets into your actual mind itself.
I think we've discussed it before. There's a book or a manuscript called Industrial Society and Its Future, and it predicted this entirely and where we're going and how this is going to end. And the reason why the author of that document is in jail is because he was the professor known as the Unabomber, and he killed people. That he was so convinced that what he was saying was right that he killed people, blew them up, so that the New York Times and the Washington Post would publish his manuscript, which they did. Yeah. And if you read that, it's on the internet, it's in the library, it's not an illegal book, or manuscript. It's very interesting because he predicts it to people who are over-socialized and undereducated. Hello, that's where we are right now.
Well, you know he was part of the Harvard LSD studies.
Oh yeah, you totally got NKO. Which also turns out to be true.
Yeah. Also turns out to be true. Jolly West.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I recommend it every couple of months. I'm going to recommend it again. It's called Chaos. It's amazing book. It's so good because no one's going to do what Tom did.
RK5, RK5.
20 years working on one book. It's so
RK5, RK5.
researched. It's so great.
Weet alles.
Dat de LSD stuff.
Weet het, gewoon precies.
And where do you think they are now with what they're doing?
They don't do that anymore.
Oh, no, okay, that's good.
You're like a
conspiracy theory.
Dutch person.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not really American.
Waarom zou je dat doen?
It's yeah, of course they do. I would do it. If I was the CIA, I'd be like, what, we're gonna like let Russia do that to their people and China do that to their people? We're not gonna like do a little monitoring. We're not gonna do a little fucking experimentation, especially in the 60s. Like, what does acid do? Well, why don't we ask Charlie West to find out for us? I mean, that's the only way you find out what acid does. What, the Russians are gonna have the acid and we don't have the acid? What if the acid's the fucking secret?
You know, there's the Hill Country
Zeg maar als ik moet komen.
there's a vape shop, Vapalicious, and Kathy and Jerry run it. And it's basically a place where everyone comes together, vapes, and we talk about conspiracies. And these are
Sounds like
these
my
are
kind of place.
these are farmers, these are truck drivers. It's beautiful. And so the latest thing is, I'm bringing it to you straight from the front lines,
Oh
Joe.
boy. 11 months ahead, always.
Clones. Trump is a clone. He's not the real Trump anymore. Everyone's a clone.
If you clone
Biden-
Iedereen is een clone.
Wouldn't Trump
Iedereen is een clone.
look like GigaChad? Wouldn't he
Niemand is
look
echt.
like Elon Musk? Like right there.
I don't think you would
The
have
people-
any say in the matter.
If I was gonna get cloned, I was like, come on, don't make me look fucking same old fat dude. Come on.
You're a beautiful man.
Oh.
But I'm saying, no, I'm saying if I was Trump.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'd be like, come on, let's tighten this up a little.
Now he probably thinks he's really a beautiful man. He doesn't think
Kanye
he's
West
anything.
calls Twitter chief Elon Musk a half Chinese
Nice,
clone
nice.
engineered like Obama.
Boom, boom.
Musk says he's taking West's comment as a compliment.
Beest.
That's great. That's great.
Well, there you go. Let him back on Twitter. Jesus Christ.
Enough already.
Well, just yeah, he's not
Kom
white.
op. Yes, yes,
Duh.
yes.
Obviously. Duh.
But there's a lot of history between American Jews.
Ja, 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 ja. Ik haal het. Ik haal het. Let's go. Ja, het duurt wel even. Jezus man, het duurt het lang. What the fuck? Ik heb het. Yo mensen, welkom bij een nieuwe episode van Let's Play.
You and I don't know
Hoor je
and
me?
haven't been exposed to when it comes to Black America.
Yo mensen, welkom bij een nieuwe episode van Let's Play The Last of Us Part 2. Eindelijk zijn we weer binnen. Dus we begonnen gewoon een nieuwe episode inleiding. Zo moeilijk was het niet. Ik moet gewoon die shit goed timen, weet je. Ik wil dat gewoon in stealth halen. Ik hou van stealth, man. Ik hou van stealth in games. Het kan wel lang duren als ik die shit goed wil afstaan. Dat tenminste niet meer die fucking... Wat was het? Permadeath shit. Dat was echt kut. Ja joh, dat was echt kut. Mike sowieso tering hard. Maar oké. Fuck it.
Versus
Gaat die
Jewish
lekker?
Americans, you know, coming from kind of the same place, at the same time, being outcast, you know, having a difficult time integrating. So it's old shit that is never discussed. And if only they could do that. And so I think that's what Kanye is trying to do. He's trying to say we need a conversation about the history of these two tribes. Tribe, all Americans, but tribes, because we're all immigrants in one way. And that's not happening. I think that's what Kanye is trying to do. And it's above my pay grade, but there's something there that, he should be able to speak. But oh man, it's just, that's not how the world works, bro. If you just go everywhere and, people almost get tired of it,
Well, you shouldn't want to, if you have a person like that speaking, you can always block them. You don't have to listen
I
to
agree with
anything
you.
say. You don't have to read it. Like,
Sowieso moeten we op de vuilnisbak brengen.
person is like
Door
that,
het neerzetten.
there's a great value in pushing back against it. And if he was a person that could learn from that, maybe there'd be a great value of him reading to push back against him and altering the way things. Because we're essentially programmed by life and our decisions and our interpretations of things. And I think part of that is like when you put stuff out there and people really fucking severely disagree with what you're saying, you should experience that. Yeah. You should learn from it. And you can't if you ban a guy.
No, I completely agree with you, but there's money involved. You know, it's
the problem is there's a lot of dopes. And you can be a charismatic person with a stupid opinion, and then dopes go, I'm on fucking his side. And then you got a problem. And so, but the answer to that problem is never just like,
no,
silence, get rid of them, or remove them from the platform. Because
that's bad.
They come up with some fucking egregious reasons to remove people from social media platforms. Really fucked up reasons.
Yeah.
And they're totally
But it ultimately is all about money and advertising. And the advertisers run away, so we have to control that. And it became the way they run business. It just became that. It evolved.
It is about that. That's a fact.
Because Twitter
is also very left-leaning bias. There's a very left-leaning bias.
Sure.
And that's a problem because that reinforces the right to be even more radical in the face of this unfair advantage that the other side has.
Now, this is tech are a bunch of.
Ja, je kunt dus
if you remember,
upgrades, gekke
at a certain
spots.
point in the, I'd say, was it?
Maar ik heb
No,
zo
it was in the
met mijn 11
2000s.
van die
All the
schroefjes.
Silicon Valley CEOs were handing out Atlas shrugs to their employees, like, oh yeah, man, yeah, objectivism, Iran, you know, fucking, you know, it was very right wing, very Republican. Peter Thiel still stayed that way, but most of the other ones went, I'm gonna be over here with the winners.
Well, once they got so much money, and then there's this pressure for altruism, there's pressure for social justice, and you're hiring kids right out of universities, and they shape the culture. They have to play because they're the majority
It's
of
all
the
captured.
employees.
It's all captured.
Yeah.
It's all been captured.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, what's that guy Yuri Betanov? Do you know the old Soviet Union guy that
Yeah,
explained?
He's how he did the
ideological
education system
capture.
30 years
Yeah.
ago. They started that, and
and the seeds were planted.
seems like it could be possibly true.
There's something to that. It's way too on the nose for him to do that in 1980.
Something like that,
Four,
yeah.
I think it was. When was that? Yuri.
Ik hier toch niks, of
How do you say his name? Yuri Betanov.
It was
that
only
coming up? You want me to send it to you?
it was only 10 years after.
Oh, okay. I'll send it to you. I saved that shit.
It was only 10 years after
What was
Leonard
that?
Nimoy, Dr. Spock,
Yeah.
did a whole special on how climate change was going to take us into a new ice age. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, that was. We talked about that the
Oopsie,
other day. That was
oopsie.
really interesting.
Oopsie.
Well, but that's the real fear. The real fear is
More
fear.
afraid of cold.
Yeah,
I really.
cold is
That'll kill you.
goddamn
That'll
terrible.
kill you. No, that'll kill you.
That's the thing that kills you quicker than anything.
I
Like,
think
when
that-
nothing grows and everyone's fucked, it's not good. Oh, here he is.
I think it's
You
going.
found it, Jamie? Oh,
There you go. That's it.
I'm sorry. I said his name wrong.
What are you doing on?
Bezmenov. I couldn't. I just guessed.
Oh shit, dan
Did I say Betanov? It
Close.
sounded good.
Close enough, brother.
Well, this gentleman was in 1980.
Sure.
What? What does it say?
It looks pretty shitty, so it must be 89.
Yeah. Well, it's somewhere. I think it's somewhere in the 80s. But either way,
Wat voor 8
watch it
minuten upgrade.
and watch it on YouTube and go, holy shit.
It's exactly what it looks like.
It's
doesn't
exactly what it looks like today. Whether it's a coincidence. I mean, if that guy was a betting analyst, I would go to him for all my bets.
But,
I'd
you know,
go like, dude, how are you so
the
accurate?
CIA also did the same thing to Europe. They had all these cultural people and artists and beatniks, and they
good
went
for
over
that.
to Europe, all CIA assets, to integrate, to kind of get everyone more
toch.
Americanized. Come to our side, not don't go
Eindelijk
to
wel
the
van
East.
tijd.
Stay with us, stay with us.
Yeah.
And they were
wordt
integrated
kankerlang, hè?
everywhere. I mean, just music, theater,
Heb je dat ook
everything.
dan?
And that's admitted now, documented.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
for
look it
sure.
up. So this is just the way of the world.
It's the way of the world.
You
It's-
are the exception, which is very, very exceptional. What you are doing is,
Zoals een
seemingly
nieuwe
you're not a
wasmachine.
puppet for Putin
Want
or
dan
a
moest
shield
een
for
nieuwe
the
hebben. Nu
CIA.
hebben we de oude had het niet.
It's very exceptional what you do.
Huh?
You are a, dare I say, it, a national treasure.
Oh, well, that's so sweet. of
Ja,
you.
ook zo.
Listen, you're the podfather. You're the fucking dude who originated this thing. You really did. You're the first
Good, gewoon.
ever podcaster. You're fucking patient zero.
Invented.
Wat zei je? Hallo?
Ja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasmachine
And
kopen?
where that came from, I don't know. It's just I was.
You were there.
It was like I saw the iPod,
Hier zie je mijn
I saw
vader.
what Dave Weiner was doing. I said,
weet
let's
niet
put this
eens.
together, and boom, it was podcasting. And then I just
Tino,
started
Tino,
podcasting,
teleporteren.
so that developers, software developers, would come and make applications.
And what year was this again?
2004. I think.
Wow. Yeah, so it's 5 years later when I did my first podcast. But I'd done a couple people's before I did mine. Like I did Adam Carolla's. I remember Adam Carolla went to podcasting from the radio after he got kicked off the radio.
Yeah. He
And I was like,
got kicked off, and the
oh.
next day and that was great.
And that was before I did my podcast. I remember going to his studio and going, oh, this is crazy.
Huh?
He's got a radio studio. He set up a radio studio.
Oh, het is
Just
gewoon
do the
de
radio on
deur
the
open te
internet.
gooien.
Yeah.
And then Tom Green.
Ah,
Tom Green had a...
er zit ineens een zombie achter die deur. No man.
What's interesting is
Zit een fucking
it's all
run is
video, and really podcasting to me
Bro.
is still audio, and it's very expensive. The
What
problem
the
with
fuck?
video
Er zitten
is
5
very
runnen.
expensive to do unless
So
it's
fucking
free on
veel.
YouTube, which is why YouTube tries to always capture. We're podcasts are here,
Kan wel
podcasts
veel.
here, but I honestly I listen to JRE. You know, I just don't have the time in my life to be watching.
Yeah, I
you know.
listen to most podcasts.
Yeah.
I don't really
Ja,
listen to a lot of them.
Oh, wat nou? Ik wil geen
But I
kogels
occasionally
verspillen.
get little clips off of YouTube.
Stef
you know,
Kahn.
I get those from people, but yeah, I listen to most shit. I listen to when I'm driving around.
Yeah.
Or
Kill me man, kill me man, kill me man.
Or doing the dishes.
Yeah, something where you're just like, I'm listening.
Yeah, just kind of fucking around. Absolutely.
You invented this, buddy.
Well, you're being way too kind. I mean, Dave Weiner, of course, was a part of it, and it happened. I think our genius was we didn't try to patent it or to copyright it, or, just let it be what it is. And we were always will be free believers in the open web, the open internet, and stay away from anything that's centralized.
Zeg maar eens een
What's
belang.
pretty incredible is that Apple never monetized it. If you really stop and think about that, it's kind of extraordinary.
And they're doing
I
it
don't know
now.
if it's-
Now they are.
Are they?
Yeah, because
When did start doing that?
they basically moved towards subscriptions. And
Oh,
they're promoting
when did
that.
this start happening?
Around the time that we launched Value for Value streaming payments and podcasting 2.0.
How long ago?
2 years ago?
2 years ago. Well,
Yeah.
so I was already at Spotify, and they started a subscription thing.
Yeah, so
I'm squirming over here after pee so bad.
and I don't have to pee, so why don't you go pee?
Okay.
I'll wait and we'll wrap it up.
Too much water. Eating so hard, dude. Yeah, this is the problem. I changed one of the ways that I work out over the last few weeks. I extended my rest periods in between sets,
Yeah.
so I can get more work. Like it's like it's not as good in terms of conditioning, but it's
Hey,
better
Doug,
in terms of
ben je
the
nu-
amount of effort you can put. Like you can do more repetitions if you give yourself like 10 minutes to rest in between sets than you can if you do
Oh.
5. Like I get fully recovered. So I do a hard set, I get fully recovered, and then I do another one. But it takes a
That's
long
almost
ass
nice.
time to do a
Wow,
workout.
thanks,
So
man.
I'm drinking a lot of water.
Can I ask you a question? With
But most of the time I'm getting my information from my. It just seems like it's a better way to absorb it, and it takes care of all this time in between driving to stuff. I just listen.
Can you
to
do
those
that when
things.
you're working out? Can you also listen to audiobook? Or you
I can, but it really depends on how much attention I need to give to the subject matter. Because like one of the things I was finding, I was reading Robert Kennedy Jr.'s
Don't
The
hou
Real
die
Anthropology, and it was distracting me so much while I was working out. I had to stop reading it.
Fuck, I can't believe it.
I was listening to it while I was working out, and I was like, "This is so fucking crazy."
Yeah. We know him from the AIDS time. He and Burks and Redfield, they were all there with the AZT and HIV. The 80s.
Well, that's in the book.
I know. I remember. I did charities with
Oh,
charities, something like that. They would always be there. Fauci, Burks, Redfield. And AZT.
Well, that's the assertion as a book. And it's not an unpopular assertion. It's not
kan ik er langs? Oh,
It's so disturbing. It's not upward.
It was a tough read. It was a
Yeah.
tough read.
You're
Yeah.
better off working out the music.
Kan ik nog naar boven?
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, like especially fights that I've already seen, so I don't have to like.
So you don't have to get invested. You can just watch.
Yeah. I know what happened, but it's just like when fights are playing in the background, it's like it's good
Het is
background.
fucking horror shit, joh. Deze game is een horror. Het is een horror.
Well, you know it's.
Horror. Alleen
Yeah,
maar.
the thing about the Fauci book is that it's
Bijna
it's such a bummer that it's hard to pay attention to anything else.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's what a workout is.
Heb ik
for.
al een
A
checkpoint
workout
of
for
zo?
me is for like a
Die shit netjes gedoet. Ik deed niet eens heel erg mijn best, maar hey. Maar hey, wel lekker.
Get it out, and then when it's out, you'll be able to interface with reality.
Yo,
Yeah.
But if you're interfacing with reality like that
Yeah,
book,
it's
while you're working out, that book's
I just walk 3 times a day with no
Sit
music,
so.
no podcast, nothing. Just my dog. Just walk.
that's nice too.
Oh, so good. No rain, shine, whatever. Just walk.
It's
So
hard to
nice.
avoid stimulation. Everybody wants to be stimulated all the time.
Geen loot, hier moet iets zijn. Nee, kijk.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Chemistry.
It sometimes
Okay.
just feel lonely. So like, that's one of the things that people love about running with no music, right? You just out there talking.
Yeah.
You get into a meditative state, you get into a trance, your body starts producing all those endorphins, and you're out there hopping up, and you just fucking feel better when it's over. Like your cleanse.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
No.
Oh, wat? Er is hier een
Because the
fucking...
pandemic and the
De
lockdown
runners zijn
really
er.
took a lot of that away from people.
Waarom zijn er runners?
In addition to, for the next phase.
Dat ding niet
Really,
kan.
it's a plan of some sorts.
Do you think it's a plan, or is it a natural course of progression when it comes to people and technology? Like this is also, just you can see in all sorts of other
Oh, het is...
ecosystems. There's different kinds of life that you study. There's this might be just a part of life.
I think it's certainly being taken.
Hoe gaat het lopen dan?
For sure, but isn't that probably like a factor of the system itself? Like it's just
Yes.
Oh,
it's
omloop,
just
maar-
what it is.
The industrial society in its future.
Yeah.
It is the technology that is
Kut,
making this.
waarom loop ik zo?
We have tailbones, Joe. We're not prepared for this. Our brain that went
Ja,
real
hij gaat
fast.
terug, hij gaat terug, hij gaat
Really
terug.
fast. So the cell phone came.
Niet omdraaien, niet
and
omdraaien,
before
niet
you know-
omdraaien, niet
remember when you
omdraaien.
couldn't even cash a check from
Ik moet niet
another
te snel
bank?
lopen. Ik moet ook
Now
snel
we
lopen.
have the debit cards. Now we got
Kut, ze horen me gewoon. Holy shit. Hij is al vlak achter me. Kom hier. Ik wil ontwijken. Kom op, kom op. Asian bitch.
But
This
anything's
is
going up
zombie,
before.
man.
Yes, it's a new breed.
It's a new breed of human.
But it's being taken advantage of. It's being taken advantage of with propaganda.
Don't touch up my dog.
But it's so easy. It's so easy now with the propaganda. You walk in the mall, and just see what's going on. You see the kids in their stroller, 2 years old, with an iPad. Fuck you, parents. This is not a good idea. It's really dumb.
It's inevitable. This is what's fun.
I'd like to leave on a high.
I just don't. I don't think there's any way of avoiding this integration.
Dat is toch wel voor.
I gave you my answer. That's
Yeah.
the only-
Jesus.
That's right. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus.
Help me, Jesus. You might be right.
If we, well,
Might be the only way out for the last of us biologics.
Yeah.
We might be the last biologics.
Because we'll love each other and we'll have understanding for each other.
Yeah, they won't even have emotions. They'll like, give up on emotions.
No. So,
Emotions just make you cry, bro. Be happy all the time. Be happy all the time. If you could just like never be depressed and be constantly in a state of like elevated serotonin and dopamine, would you take it, or would you want to be depressed?
No.
Would you want to stay organic?
I would be organic. I would definitely be
In
organic.
5 years, it's gonna be a good question.
5 years? Wow, that's a pretty short time.
Maybe in 5 years,
Fuck hoor ik de hele tijd.
someone's gonna come up with something. They're gonna be able to interact. Maybe it'll just something rare. Maybe you don't even have to fucking put it inside your head yet.
Maybe.
Just something that uses a frequency that affects the way you think.
Basically Soma in
Yeah.
A Brave New World. If you read that,
Yes.
it's Soma. That's
Yes.
exactly what. I mean, yeah. Will people go for that? Absolutely. But right now, we as humans, the organic humans, have a responsibility to call this shit out and say, "Hey, hold on a second. This is where it will go with your kid if you treat it like this, and you give it this upbringing." So sports, all kinds of stuff you can do with your kid that cannot involve technology.
nee, ja.
Kick a ball, anything, do anything, ride a horse, I don't know, do some shit.
Everybody else
Go hunt some
live in
deer
the
with a bow.
Matrix. Everybody else is getting
Joh,
completely
wie kijkt
canceled. Within 50 years, and no one left.
Hey, wie kijkt naar mij, joh?
Everyone's gonna
Wat
be
dan?
computer. We're all gonna be intertwined in some weird network that's wireless. All minds connected. And you have to opt in. What are you gonna do? Walk around naked? Put some clothes on. Everybody has clothes on.
Yo, what up? How you doing? Oh, please. Even kijken, is er nog... kijk er eens meteen weer.
What do you do? Just walk around with no wire in your head? Everybody has a wire. Get that wire. The wire's so much better than not having the wire, and you protect others.
Dat heb ik vaak. Dan is het
Ja.
heel even kijken. Dus
That's
Because
right.
you get a wire.
And it's good for
Protect
Ukraine.
others.
It's good for Ukraine.
It's good for Ukraine. It's good for transgender librarians in Ukraine.
Yes.
And
Nuclear
we
gateways.
specifically support. We have to drill for trans people. We have to drill oil for gay
daar nog
rights.
wat
You
voor,
heard it
hè?
here first, ladies and
Gay
gentlemen.
people are disproportionately affected by lube prices.
Yeah.
We have to drill oil.
Zijn hier nog wat
What's
nieuws
crazier,
afgelopen,
that or Jesus is real? I don't know. It's a toss-up, brother. It's a toss-up.
Maybe Jesus was real.
Yeah.
I'm willing to think that maybe there was Jesus was real. It's just like that he was the Son of God. Like I need some evidence. I need a little bit of
I will
evidence.
send you Evidence Demands a Verdict. It's a great book.
What does it say?
It's an outline of all, it really proves with empirical evidence based upon writing and artifacts, etc., that this happened.
But how can you possibly
You
prove?
can never get to the end, of course not.
Right.
But
you can never prove. You prove that people you did.
Yeah.
But how could you
you're
prove
correct.
that someone was actually the Son of God?
No,
Or are we all?
Er is helemaal niks.
we're
So
all
then,
God.
of course he
We're
was.
100% God.
So if he was,
He was-
one of
but
us,
he was the teacher.
then he was the Son of God because we're all children.
I'm
of
with
God,
that. I'm with
right?
that, yeah.
Maybe that's the answer. Maybe it's a puzzle.
Dat is ook nog wel een.
Look, all the writings, all the gospel, it's not all one language. There's a whole bunch of different versions of it.
Yeah.
It's meant to be interpreted by us, by humans.
so
That's
much of
my
it.
opinion. Yeah.
I think it would be amazing to be able to put yourself in the mindset of someone who lived, 2000 BC and read it in
Als het
ancient
check met
Hebrew.
6 minuten.
Can you imagine what that experience is like? If you could read it in that language that's both mathematical and also it's like letters double as numbers.
Geef me even een nieuwe
Some word has a
checkpoint.
numerical value to it. Like that must have been a
Geef me een
Well,
nieuwe.
look at the pyramids. It's all the same time. Look at the pyramids, man. That's some crazy ass shit. The pyramids. So there was something going on.
something's wrong.
Maybe they were much more advanced than we are right now. Maybe we're just the dumb shits that are left over after, Noah's Ark. I don't know. What?
Yeah, well, there's a lot. I don't know if you ever pay attention to Randall Carlson's podcast.
No.
It's all about the Younger Dryas impact theory. Younger Dryas impact theory is like 12,800 years ago. Earth was pelted, and the most likely that you're looking at with a lot of these ancient structures, especially the ones that are they're confounding ones that are dated to 12,000 plus years old, which is really supposed to be 10,000. Doesn't make any sense. Most likely, the Younger Dryas impact theory is
Zo weinig aan doen. Zo
there's
weinig.
a bunch of comments.
Kom op, nieuwe checkpoint.
It didn't just happen once, probably happened multiple times. And not just happened and there's real evidence from iridium and nanodiamonds that show. They think that this is probably what ended a lot of these advanced civilizations that have these incredible structures, and that what we don't have is the people that rebuilt. We're the people that rebuilt civilization, but we want to think that we're the first. 6,000 years ago in Babylon. Maybe 6,000 years ago in Babylon, they're rediscovering civilization
Could be.
because they were barbarians for years. And the only people that survived. You gotta imagine something like, giant chunks of rocks landed over and over again. The one that they found
Okay,
in
well,
Australia, that was over 5,000 years ago. That one that slammed in,
Wil ik
caused all
hier
these incredible fucking
waar wil ik heen?
destructive waves that just
Stability,
washed over
accuracy,
the landscape.
movement speed.
I mean, that happens all the time in terms of the history of the Earth. There's,
Sure.
there's a giant one and all
Flame
that.
radius.
Like, we've been hit over and over and over again. That's,
But we don't have to worry because
Temperature
NASA
factors
now
are-
knows how to push them out of orbit.
oh, for sure.
Yeah, you see.
Ja, ik wil voor die stealth.
Pushes right back.
Ik moet deze ook
Whoops, we
eens.
fucked up and it wasn't going to hit us, but now it is.
And then, you know, Elon's going to go up there and mine it for lithium or iridium or whatever we need in our cell phones. You know, oh, yeah.
That's the first miners we sent out to space. I mean, that's with aliens, I think, right?
Yes.
They were miners.
But also the Bruce Willis movie. What was that?
Armageddon. That was to prevent it, though, right?
No, they were mining and then they had to blow it up
Sure,
so that it wouldn't
right.
crash into Earth.
But Alien was about miners that were
I
sent
don't know.
out in deep sleep.
I was too distracted by what's her name again? Holy crap! Oh man, she was fantastic. Yeah, she's still, you know,
Still
she's
pretty
doing
good.
pretty good. I'll
Holding
say.
it together.
Yeah,
in the Avatar movies.
Yep.
That's the future. They're going to turn into a giant blue lady.
Here we go.
Forget
Here
all
we
about
go.
her being a person.
Well, no
Make it
more
exciting.
their career. Everything, everyone just be hot. It's so boring. You're like, yeah, she's hot. It's hot. Everyone's hot.
What
No
the
one has
heck,
flaws.
yeah.
No one has little things that
Right.
are weird. That is truly the part of the human condition.
Well, that's what aliens are all about, right? Why they're so uniform. There's a big heads and little bodies. And that's us. That's the future. I think that's the archetype.
Geen belangrijke leuk.
Well, I'm already on the way with my svelte body.
What are those potbelly dudes going to do? They don't fit the cultural agenda.
Right.
Well, it's been a good time, my friend, as it always is.
Thank you, Joe.
You're the fucking man. I'm very appreciative of you. It's always fun to talk to you. And again, you're always 11 months. So I'm wondering, like, what did you say today that will be 11 months from now? Just tell me.
I really can't remember.
I don't remember either.
I don't remember. 11 months from now, I'll probably have my real teeth in.
Yeah,
my new ones.
I would hope so.
I hope. Well,
Gaat hij
I gotta
zoveel op?
ossify, brother. I gotta take
The ossification process. I'm newly aware of it.
Thank you so much for inviting me to come by again.
My
pleasure,
I
brother. It's
just
always a
really
good
look
time.
forward to this, and thank you for making Texas even better than it already
Oh,
was.
it's
We
ridiculous.
love you here.
Well, I love you guys. I love you specifically, and I love people all over the world.
Ik zit niet op te zetten. Ach, geen. Yo. Welke ronde? Zo laag. Wat hier gaan we? Wat is die van nou joh? Nou, vinden we wel wat die nou is. Dat is wel die. Dan loop ik er wel zo. Kan me niet horen, hij 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 kan me niet. hier, hè? Ja. Kut, hij hoort me, kut. Kut. Oh, holy shit. Wat is die andere? Holy shit. Tering even. Waarom komen er altijd mensen in de fight? What the fuck? Wat is het over? Ik hoor wat zie je dat doen? Als ik hier nou ga verstoppen. Waar die ene deur nog open dan? Hoe is die checkpoint al geleden? Kijken of hier iets is. Nee. Moet uiteindelijk hier. Kom op een gegeven moment checkpoint. Ja, yes, ik heb een checkpoint. Maar wacht, kan ik hier weer terug? Nee. Ja, kan, gelukkig. Lekker. Wat hier binnen? Zag ik al niet. Kom op, even de checkpoint pakken. Wat? Nu ziet het uit. Door dat alarmpje moet je komen. Ik kan amper iets zien. Hey, kijk deze stream. Dood. Hij gaat een rondje lopen, hij gaat een rondje. Met iets sneller. Let's go. Toch we het ook kunnen proberen. De runners komen overal, zou dat zijn. Shit opkrijgen. Dat is oké. Kan ik stelven als ik hem open doe meteen? Hoort ze ook gewoon. Kan ik ze klemmen of zo? Als ik nou die deur open doe en dit deur tegenaan zo. Ja, dat mag niet van de game. Kan dit serieus niet? Jongen.
Fuck.
Mag dat niet van deze? Shit. Dat is snel. Holy shit. Meteen komt hij. What the hell? Kom eens aan. Hey, met welke level spel je met Prestige, Master? Kan je toch zien?
What about asteroid impacts? What about hurricanes, tornadoes?
Ja.
But I know some people do like this. Sure, yeah, and that's why I said I believe there is evil. COVID, where they come from? You know, they come from the lab, they come from the back, they come from evil energy, they come from evil people. There's a guideline which gives you just an incredibly good feeling, and I have to say that the people that I've met who are Christians are not, no one walks around saying, hey, I'm a Christian, this is what we should do. Now, they have their own ways, and I think I'm bringing it up with you because I feel like it's honest with you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you can do it.
Yeah, well, thank you. I can do that with you. No one else, I could do this with no one else. It has made my life that much happier, and the people who I meet are just happy people. We're not sitting around talking about God, but that's the goal, right? I don't think so.
I mean, in life, no, you have to.
Oh yeah,
Like, what you're saying is the goal. Like you're saying, like I'm happy. We're around happy people. That's the goal. That's what everybody wants. So like, whatever methods you can get there. It's interesting that some people would rather not get there and rather be in a shitty, depressed state as long as they're not duped. But you've been duped by life,
of course,
because your life sucks.
But it's not what
atheists
the
are
idea.
super depressed.
The idea is not that God fixes everything. The idea is if you can believe in it and can put yourself in a mindset. I'm just looking at a little abstract. You put yourself in a mindset that things can happen, that miracles do happen, that things do impact your life, and that you look at things in a different way. You're not always completely fucked up about this is not happening to me, that's not happening.
Do you think it's like psychological software that you can run?
Save.
You
Moet dit save
think
open.
that's like psychological software that you could just run and like, ooh, look, everything's smoother.
No, it's not. No, because
Dan moet ik de save
everything
open.
isn't smooth, but you
Geef me
at
de
least
save card.
don't freak out.
Level
when
omhoog,
shit isn't
level omhoog.
smooth.
Right. I don't mean it in a derogatory way.
No, I know.
Negative.
I know.
Wat is die save code?
It's like, is that why it's effective? It's like a natural thing that you could run, and it's been honed over
Goed,
time.
komen ze terug?
Well, yes. Well, here you go. I love this.
So just sort of slide.
What is the software?
Voor zombies, man.
It is the
Coordinates.
scripture. That is, if you want to look at it that way, it is the code that you run in your brain.
Het is een horror game, man.
and it does things for you.
Yeah.
So that's a way of looking at it, and that's a kind of a good way. Actually, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. Like a psychological stuff.
Sure.
But you know, if you just want to run things in DOS,
Oh, shit.
your life is gonna be fucking shit.
Do you know that
Why
most
don't you get a nice user interface?
most of your life runs on AS400 mainframes still. So airlines, the government, everything runs on pre-DOS shit, and it's still all wrapped up in that. So.
The fuck worden ze nou?
But it's
Mag ik zeggen
the
wat?
elections are wired out.
Wat? Hoe mensen kunnen niet van doen?
We all agree. Absolutely.
Elections are fair. It's funny.
No, I love it. The
We
world
live
is
in a
going
very,
crazy.
very, very, very strange state.
Me too.
But things are.
Kan het al, ik kan
There's
het al.
more. I think there's more people that are questioning narratives today than there's ever been before. Because questioning narratives is something that's like publicly discussed.
Kut. Ja.
Millions. It's a different thing because of
Huh?
one of the things that Freedom of the Internet
Dan ook.
gives you is like any person can just start a YouTube
The fuck?
page, and you just need an iPhone or whatever, Samsung, whatever. You use a new camera. You have the potential to reach everybody, and that weirdness allows people to start talking about all sorts
The
of shit.
fuck?
That
Doet deze gast?
never's gonna make it to Fox News. Never's gonna make it to CNN. Never, ever, ever. So what is mainstream now? That's what's weird. Mainstream is talking about wacky conspiracy theories now. How old is Egypt?
Outrage.
Yeah.
Outrage is massive. You are the great American conversations. You will go down in history as the only person in our modern time who will have conversations with people across the spectrum and just not even put your opinion on it. You rarely put your opinion. Say what you think, but you don't try to. But you leave people in their own values.
I think the only way to find someone is, and some people say, well, you don't put it back now. There's a fine line.
The TJs.
Yeah, but I think this is what's important. If you do find something else, you put it back. You do. Yeah. But you also find something if you allow this person without judgment to extrapolate and to expand and to like. There's certain times I want to go, shut the fuck up, but I don't. I don't.
It takes a lot of restraint.
It's a dumb instinct. It's a dumb instinct. It doesn't get anybody anywhere. Nobody wants to shut the fuck up. Some people shut the fuck up, they get mad at you. You know what I mean? Unless I'm joking around with them. For the most part, that's being playful.
My favorite is a category of people I call the TJs. TJs, yeah. TJs.
What's a DJ?
Well, the TJ, so I made the mistake of saying no agenda. I'm going on Joe on Tuesday. So the TJs are the Tell Joes. Tell Joe to talk about this. Tell Joe to have him on. Tell Joe that he needs to be orange told about Bitcoin. Tell Joe. Can you tell Joe? I'm like, dude, I'm going on a show. I'm excited to talk to Joe. We're just going to have a chat. Tell me what I have to tell him. Tell Joe. It's everyone and their grandmother comes out to tell Joe.
I get that.
Oh, my goodness.
But isn't it? It's kind of amazing what subjects are actually mainstream. You really look at this FTX, the FTX is mainstream because it's mainstream on the internet, and the internet is where everybody is. So it is mainstream, even if they're not discussing it very much on these networks that might have been associated with Financial Times.
Could have been. I don't know.
Maybe some of these politicians
197
to look the other way.
197 people in Congress.
Oh, what the fuck? What?
197 presidents.
I'm just saying. It just happened.
What a great move, though.
Het is zo lijp, hè, deze. Oh, misschien is dit nog wel een goede aflevering.
You can pay off as many people as you can. You can run it, but you better keep that fucking hustle running.
This is so loaded with shit that I don't think you'll ever see the bottom of this pit.
Well, the guy who's really into crypto that moves you fast.
I'm very happy that I moved on because these are all shit coins. As a guy who's into crypto, all of this came after Bitcoin. All of it's shit, and all of it needs to go to zero. And
So you think Bitcoin is the only way?
Well, yeah. No one controls it. There's no CEO. No one can do anything different with it. It just exists, and it kind of exists because of the network of people. Because ultimately, you don't need any company. You don't even need mining companies. I run 2 miners at home. I print about $1.50 a day. Yeah, and I love it. It makes me feel in control of my destiny. That I can do things that other people and the government can't tell me what I can or cannot do with my money.
I love that Adam Curry's.
Sure.
It's fun. It really is. I'm sure.
Gaan we naar beneden rennen.
Podcasting 2.0. So now it's $25. At the current prices, it's not about.
Ik wil pudding.
I'm keeping the network alive. I'm part of the network. I'm part of millions of people who believe in what Bitcoin.
Geef me de code, geef me de code.
And it's-
Google.
But all this shit comes down. If I want to receive value or money, and the government won't let
Zombie in je hoofd. Zombie in je rug. Maar deze game is pas wel echt. Save code, Last of Us 2. Ik weet niet. Waar zijn we nu? Waar ben ik nu? Even load game. Seattle Day 2, Hillcrest, ja. Hillcrest. Dus dan heb je 30, 82, 65, oké. 30. Als die zombies even niet te snel komen. 30, 82. En nou 65. Let's go. De save is open. We gaan even de Google. Is dit allemaal tools en... What the fuck? Een riem? Strap? I love my tools. Mooi.
So I can travel across the world with 12 words, and I enter those into any random Bitcoin.
Holy shit, ik ren daar zo gek in deze game, niet normaal. Niet voor de volgende checkpoint. All that shit gewoon.
And of course Bitcoin is going to be less valuable. If the dollar goes down, Bitcoin becomes more valuable.
Dus ik daar niet
Two sides of the same
tevreden.
coin. When you look at Bitcoin versus dollars, if you just look at Bitcoin as in Bitcoin, then it's still, if you have a Bitcoin, you still have a Bitcoin. It's
so this FTX thing was all what you would call shitcoins.
100%.
So these are all cryptocurrencies that just exist on someone's imagination.
And they made it up. They just made it up, and they could create as many as they want. That's the whole
Alweer.
game. We go back to the dollar.
Alweer
They
een...
created
Ja.
40% of all the dollars printed were made in the last 3 years. What do we get?
Weer,
Inflation.
man.
Bitcoin will be 21 million. That's it. And we won't mint the 21st million Bitcoin until 150 years from now. We'll all be dead.
So explain to me these crypto shitcoins. Like, so anybody can just decide that they're going to start a coin, and then if it gets popular and people are willing to buy it, then it becomes valuable. And then you could also have not just coins, but you could also have like there's what was the
Niet
other
handig,
thing
doe
that
niet
they
handig.
have, Jamie. But there's coins and those, but there's also like what's that other shit?
Same thing. It's the same thing.
But the
It's the same
token's
thing.
not as regulated.
No. Oh, well,
Isn't a token?
Hey, wat? Dit is ook een...
Oh my god! I
Okay,
hate
hold on,
everybody.
there's something else. There's one other thing. So there's token and coin is the same thing. There's something called a stable coin, and this is kind of where it started to go wrong. A stable coin is a token that is supposed to be equal to the U.S. dollar. So 1 Terra, which went bankrupt famously, 1 USDC, all these different stable coins, and they are used to transact at a dollar value. But they are backed by, they're supposed to be backed by 1-to-1 bonds, cash money, etc. This is now getting regulated. This is what BlackRock is doing. BlackRock invested in USDC, and so I believe it's inflationary, but it really is, the idea is you can transact with a digital dollar back and forth that is the value of the dollar. And it turns out that some of these no one has actually said, well, so there's 10 billion, I'm just making them, 10 billion USDC tokens, stablecoin. When you ask, can you please show me that you have $10 billion in value backing it up, everyone says, no, that's none of your business. So it's very iffy what's going on there. And Terra, that started the whole thing off. That went bankrupt because people started saying, I want to give you my stable coins, give me US dollars. And it was a run on the bank. And they didn't have all the assets to pay everybody the money. And then it just starts to unwind because that's what all these guys are. Bitcoin it's now 14 years old. It's a great invention. What a great idea. I'm going to rip people off by creating these shit coins, make them valuable by buying and selling, creating more, pop, everyone buys them, I get out, I have $10 million, you're holding the bag. It's a fucking scam. The whole thing is...
Zo dom, het loopt zo snel.
If you donate, you're a good person.
Hey.
You're a good person. You're trying to make things right. But if you pay off
Kijk
politics,
met
you go around bag.
Nee, ik loop er langzaam.
Then you can influence.
Als ik wil omdraaien, gaat het zo van.
I would say Ukraine is at the center of all this. The Ukraine
Waarom
is at the center of this.
blijf
When I
geannuleerd?
was growing up in Europe, if you wanted drugs, hookers, or someone killed, Ukraine was the place to go. And everybody knew it. And in 2014, the United States created a coup. It's universally recognized. Victoria Nuland, fuck the EU. They put a government in place.
Shit man, waarom kan niet snel lopen ofzo? Oh, ik word helemaal gek met door. Ik vind het echt niet zo. Ik dacht dat hij om ging keren. Hé, jawel, ik heb wel een checkpoint. Lekker, ik wist het niet. Lekker. Hey, hallo, hoor je me? Wacht, de zombies zijn er niet meer, hoor. Oh, wat voor gekke shit. Oh, toch wel. Oh, dan. Ik ben wel heet. Of die twee zijn niet van me. Zit er nog.
The fact that a local newspaper, basically a New York newspaper, is the law, is the truth of the world is crazy.
Yeah, she has in the past said some things that are a little wacky.
Haven't we all?
But what she's saying here is like backed up by so many stories.
The fuck?
The idea that they would just say that and not doing any research.
Fucking runner.
She's saying you create fucking runner. Like if you're 22, you don't know jack shit, and you just get out of college. You're like, hey guys,
Hey, ben je al bijna
is that
klaar?
true? Is Ukraine corrupt? Well, Fucking Google it. How long does it take?
Well,
If
and
you before you tweet at her, it takes you 3 seconds.
but what is the authority? Who is the authority? Is the authority the university where these papers were written?
Whatever the authority is, if the fucking newspaper in which you work had stories about it being corrupt,
No,
maybe
I'm
you
with
should
you.
search at least your fucking own newspaper's database.
They have a
before you
system.
tweet
They
at
have
her.
a system. They have a database they can look themselves. Don't even have to Google it.
But I love that because
Kom op, in zijn rug, 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 in zijn rug. Yes!
And you support.
Slaap zak, slaap zak.
No one can say anything bad about them. You can't say that there's like
Anywhere, not on Fox News either. Not on Fox
Is
News
dit dan?
either.
Hebben we
You can't
dit?
say it anywhere. Go look at the map of
Nee,
where the
barbecue
where the
het in.
concentration camps were in
Kijk,
Ukraine.
is het dan? Oh nee.
During the Second
Kom
World
maar
War.
precies
There
in
was
de-
concentration camps in Ukraine too, and they're all kind of right on that border of Poland where there's still a lot of the Azov Brigade. I mean, you can't talk about it because it's
Like you
Oh
have,
my
like,
God.
When there's a side you're supposed to be on, everything
En welke
that
ronde?
side does, you're supposed to absolve or not think about. Anything that's negative. That's how you know you're in a cult.
well, the
Welke ronde?
Russia thing is interesting. I went to Russia, Moscow.
Oeh,
Moscow Music Peace
welke
Festival in
beuze.
1988.
Geen Prestige Master in.
Which is a whole story by itself, which is hilarious because it was really to get
Oké.
down to the,
Hoeveel downs hebben jullie?
And this was before the wall came up.
Jij 0 en hij?
And the first thing I noticed there was what a bunch of
What
shit
the
this
hell?
country is. They got this. Where's the
What the
high
hell
tech?
is
They have
this?
like gray Volkswagen type buses. I'm supposed to be the KGB. Like this is bullshit. I saw, I met the Moscow
Zo.
Hells Angels. I mean, there was mayhem. They had birds everywhere. The country was amazing. It was great to be there with Motley Crue, Bon Jovi, Skid Row, Ozzy Osbourne. It was a crazy.
What year was this again?
88. And so that was the Soviet Union. And
Oh,
many
headshots,
people, most
man.
people in Congress now, the ones
Eén
that
schot
are
dood.
in charge
Dat
of
is
it.
een beetje
And so they went through the Cuban
Nou
Missile
man, het is
Crisis.
gewoon kut. Ze
They went
blijven komen.
traumatized literally by Russia. Russia is going to my
Dit
own
was het
family.
toch?
Russia. It was the Soviet Union. So when we kind of struck a deal with the Soviet Union, and we said, look, Minsk agreement. This wall, it's coming down. We got to unify East and West Germany, and we're gonna now. The U.S. by the way had completely fucked up financially. That's why they had nowhere to go. Just the same thing as we're doing now. We completely fucked them financially. They couldn't participate
Dat is dan
in
de
the financial
linkerkant
system.
van mij uit
So
van
they had
achter.
to open it up and they had to stop the insanity. And of course,
you can't
ultimately
have more
Moscow,
than
you've got big, luxury brands there, and it really revitalized the country.
Welke map?
The agreement was, which was never
Char-
documented, the agreement was
Ah,
you'll never push
dude.
NATO any closer to your border. And
Je
although
favoriete map.
there's documentation that
Je
was agreed upon, it
favoriete.
never made it into the agreement. So it was never
Hey, wat is leuk, een nacht of
verder?
verdiep?
So idiot Russians or Soviet Union dudes, what a fucking moron you are, didn't get that in writing. Because subsequently we've had
Huh?
NATO just expand and expand and expand.
Nacht of verder?
At a certain point, and this is the Russian disinformation.
Haha,
Putin
mystery
now
box
Russia
weg.
says, no more. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. And then when Ukraine,
Brandhuizen, er is niks.
Zelensky, the television actor,
Oh, we moeten overduiden van mij.
You've seen it, right? You've seen it?
No.
Sorry, enemies. Er zijn echt veel enemies in deze game. Deze game is volgens mij best groot, best
He was
lang.
also a comedian, and so he has this bit where he would play. You gotta,
Kijk eens.
Jamie, you gotta find. It's hilarious. It's a funny bit. He's behind the piano. He's playing with his dick. So there you go.
That's the president of Ukraine.
Yeah, Zelensky.
Isn't that amazing?
He's it's limited funny bit. It doesn't last that long.
Limited funny.
Hold on a second. This is bullshit. This dick is not making those noises.
Of course not. Really?
This is stupid.
But
I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. As a casual observer, I'm like, that sounds too uniform.
Kijk eens.
Those things
I don't know if
Ukraine
they're
was-
winning. I don't
What is
think-
the where do you get your information? Where,
From
what do you trust?
military people who are in Poland, in Belarus.
Oh, and you know them?
Yeah, personally. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're telling you it's rough.
Yes, I mean, let's just look at some of this, which is, I think, well documented. Just a lot of this gear doesn't really make it to the Ukrainian front. It gets stolen. It's all over Eastern Europe, everywhere. These weapons, tank mortars, all kinds
You
of
mean
stuff.
when we send those,
Yeah.
what are those
Mhm.
called? That vehicle that doesn't work that good?
Well, not the Bradley fighting vehicle.
But if we send those Bradley fighting vehicles, don't we send a dude like Robert Downey Jr. go over there and like explain?
That
Hey, this is how it fucking works.
It's exactly like that. Robert Downey Jr. goes there
Yeah.
and he sells it to some other dude because on the way to the front line. Hey, I'll sell it to you. I'll sell it to
Tony
you.
Stark.
So
That's the whole the origin story, right?
all I know is the message from our government is Putin has to go. So they want a regime change in Russia.
Right.
Putin has to go, and we're historically bad at killing leaders.
Right.
Like we tried Castro with the exploding cigar bit and everything. We just sucked at it, and Putin is way too
Yeah.
isolated, he's guarded, whatever.
Hey,
But that seems to be the only way that changes is if Putin is dead or is gone, and I just don't see a way out of it. I mean, it's a fucking travesty. People are really dying. Russians and Ukrainians, people are dying. It's stupid. And all we can do is hang a flag and put an emoji on our Twitter handle.
Right.
Oh, I'm for it. You shouldn't be for it. It's disgusting that $800 billion a year goes to the military in our country.
hallo?
Do you know how much shit you could fix for that?
I think it's even more than that.
Well, I'm just giving you the top line number. I mean,
Wasn't it 1.7 trillion?
oh,
Wasn't that the defense budget? Was that true?
Hey,
Did I remember that correctly, Jamie?
Wat doe je?
Remember when there was like some discern like what did it actually?
here's a fun
Boiled
here's a
down
fun
to-
statistic.
Okay.
If you made $1 a minute, right? Within 12 days, you'd be a millionaire. It would take you
Dollar een minuut?
Okay. 1.7 trillion
$12
government spending bill.
But let's
Dollar
just look at what this
in een
means.
minuut. In 12 dagen ben je
It's
miljonair.
800 or 900 billion. Let's just call it a trillion. Just to be smart, just call it a trillion. If you made $1 a minute,
Als je een dollar per
you would
minuut
be a
maakt,
millionaire within 12
dan ben
days.
je een minuut in
If you made
12
$1 a
dagen.
minute, you would be a billionaire within 31 years.
Een biljonair.
If you make $1 a minute, you'd be a
31 jaar.
trillionaire within 31,000
Triljonair.
years. That's how much fucking money this is.
31.000.
That's how much money this is. And you can't, we just hear billions and trillions and we don't think about
En
it.
wat lach
Look
je?
at this. The legislation
Je zit af te
includes
luisteren.
772 billion for non-defense discretionary programs and 858 billion in defense.
Ik hoor geen
I
zombies
got a
meer.
great
Wat is er
story for you
gebeurd?
about this. So we've never gotten an audit at the Pentagon. And the last time
Wat? Nee, ik word aangevallen.
Donald Rumsfeld was the Secretary of Defense.
Hoe moet ik hem... Nee. Wat is dit voor lijpe zombie die ik nooit eerder heb gezien?
We can't account for it.
Ik wist niet wat ik moest doen. Kanker. Ik ben
2001.
afgeleid. Ik wou hem neersteken, maar
It's the
ik
last
dacht...
time we ever
kut,
heard about
ik
any
moet
of the
schieten,
money
ik moet
being
schieten.
wrong.
And then the conspiracy theory was always that. They
Oh, ik spawn hier wel. Okay.
Yeah, no, I've heard that.
What provides the incentive to survive. But governments can't die.
Hallo, waarom geen zombies? Jongen, mijn checkpoint... Ik ga meteen dood bij deze checkpoint. Fuck dat.
The technology revolution has transformed organizations across the private sector.
Ja, oké. Weg. Dodge. Jongen, er is zo weinig ruimte. Dodge. Moet ik die shotgun pakken? Oh, één shotgun shot, hij is dood, man. Eén shotgun shot, man. Easy peasy. Lastig voor hem. Ja. Kijk. Gewoon, dat is een klikker die er heel raar uitzag. Ik heb nu een boog. Ik heb een boog van deze gast. Ik moet aan met een boog.
Pause right there. So that doesn't mean that it's not that the money's missing. When you say we can't track 2.3 trillion dollars in transactions,
Schroefjes erbij.
that could mean there were
Hey, ben je
legitimate
Diddy?
transactions, but they just suck at counting.
Oh,
Right? I mean, I'm not saying that's
Right.
not the case, but I mean that could be
Ik heb
interpreted.
ook honden in deze keer.
so first of all, 2 trillion
We gaan niet zo snel.
20 years ago was
Zit
a
ook,
lot of money. You know,
It's
that's
a pittance.
De garage.
MSU scholars find 21 trillion. What? What does it say? 21 trillion in unauthorized government spending.
Gaan we nou serieus op
Defense
mannequins?
Department to
Mannequins?
conduct first ever audit. Whoopsies. This is 2017.
They've never completed it.
Whoopsies.
I think we deserve to know where the money went.
Let's let it go. They do a good job. They do a good job.
They're doing
good people.
fine.
They're good people.
Here's
They're
my
doing a solid
Ukraine
job.
flag. We're good.
They're doing a solid job.
Yeah.
And, there's nothing wrong with drag shows for kids. Bring the kids to a strip club too. Bring them to a porno theater. What the fuck? Let them find out early.
Well, I did grow up in Amsterdam, and that was a part of life, and it was.
Wil ik een hoofd daar
Well,
afschieten?
the way you grow up though, that is normal. The
Well-
thing is, it's like whatever your normal is fine. The problem is when you introduce things that aren't normal to where the culture is,
Right.
you introduce it later, and someone's like, hey, that's not normal.
Yeah.
That's where things get weird. Like if you grew up in a place that had a red light district, I guess you get a
Red
It's
light
gone now.
district.
It's
Oh,
all
is it gone now?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, it had to. The the coffee shops are going away. Of course, it has to harmonize with the rest of Europe. It can't be this place where you got legal prostitution. It's never been legal. It was what's the word?
Accepted.
Gedoog.
Tolerated.
Gedoogd. Yeah, tolerated. Very similar to like Austin.
Gedoogd.
Oh, you know, if you get
That
caught
was
with
the
some
same
weed.
thing with weed.
Yeah.
And also with mushrooms, right? Like mushrooms were
All of that.
tolerated.
All of it.
Yeah.
Now the Netherlands
That's
now
how
is
stupid,
without
man.
doubt a narco state and the crime capital of the European Union. And all the drugs flow through Rotterdam. All of it.
204.
Every single ecstasy pill is manufactured in the Netherlands. They invented that shit. Oh yeah. Oh, and there's people getting killed left and right. There's gangs fighting. There's lawyers, journalists getting killed on the street, broad daylight.
Jesus.
Just because they're trying to, they call it the Mokro Mafia, which is mainly Moroccans. You know, it used to be you could kill someone for 5,000 euros. Now it's 50. You can get anyone to drive by in a scooter and kill somebody. It's fucked up. And but people pretend it's not happening.
Mob-style killing shocked Netherlands into fighting descent into narco state. Murder, corruption, and Mokro Mafia
Constant
prompt
en-
Dutch to set up war chests to tackle wave
klote
of
honden.
organized crime sweeping nation. And this is in The Guardian.
Meow.
It must be true.
Shock.
In July.
It's
Meow.
Russian disinformation.
Shit, man.
Ja,
Yes.
ik ga het misschien.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. And
Well, that's what happens when you make drugs illegal, right?
I think it's
Like,
awesome.
even if
I
drugs
think it's
were
awesome.
legal, who's running?
Well, I think the problem is the Netherlands really, you know, they almost have no. The farmers are going away now, so they were a big agricultural community. But
What are they doing? Tell me about that. Explain these
Good,
weird
good.
carbon laws that they're passing.
it's the nitrogen. They say nitrogen is there's too much nitrogen in the soil, and that is hurting a certain type of crop. I kid you not. That's
Kom
the
dan.
excuse, but that's not really what's going on.
Good.
What is that?
The Netherlands, they have a lot of food
Good.
technology. There's an 8 billion
Zeg
euro
je?
a year business with Royal DSM. Used to be a chemical
Hallo?
company. They switched
Dus
into
zijn wij-
the number one manufacturer of taste and texture products. So your
Dat is het met oil.
fake meat, your fake chicken, your fake everything will
Olive.
taste and the texture will be just delicious
En waar
because
heb
of
je het
that
over?
company. And so the thing they need to do is get rid of the cows, get rid of the cattle, get rid of the animals, because that's going to be one big bedroom. The Tri-Cities project, and if you've ever heard of that, will be the Netherlands, Belgium, I think part of Germany, and that's where people will live in these 15-minute cities. You're just going to be a body that is useful for money, like we talked earlier. Like as long as you have
That's
people,
right.
as long as you have people who are around who can keep going, then you have a business, and the business is just the people. You know, it's money. It's all about money.
And so they're
they don't care.
proactively trying to get rid of these farmers because of the competition.
Yeah, I mean, it's a done deal. I mean, it's fucking over. It's done. And this is a United Nations Codex
Fucking
Alimentarius. It's been going on
Nederland.
for 50 years. they've
How
been
many of the
working on it.
farmers have they gotten rid of?
Well, they're just starting, but they're going to get rid of every single one of them. And they're paying
Huh?
them off. Some farmers saying, oh,
Zie je maar.
I'll take the 2 million. They're giving up. I mean, the Dutch, I love the Dutch, and I grew up there, so it's very important to me. But just like they capitulated against the Germans within 24 hours, they are all, you know, the farmer protests, like, yeah, fuck yeah, farmers, yeah, fuck yeah, we're all for the farmers. Hang the flag upside down. Then after a week, the Dutch are like, hey man,
Ze
I
zien
can't
me
go to
gewoon
work,
van zo ver.
I can't go to the supermarket. Can you stop the fucking protest already? See, that's the Dutch. And not everybody, of course. So they're going to give up. It's their culture. It's just what it is. They're not like America. We still have people who will fight. We're also armed. That helps.
Dat helpt.
Yeah, that's the factor. I think it's the number one
Amerikanen
factor
zijn
that we have.
There's not much difference between us and Australians. Other than
That,
you know,
we would be
That's
so
the big-
toast. We'd be so toast. You know, we'd all go along with it.
you have to.
What are you going to do?
And also the the Stanford prison experiment, like the people that are enforcing it.
What you mean with the electroshocks?
Those
Nee.
would be your brothers and sisters.
Yeah, it would be
your
shocking
neighbors.
you. Shocking
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
It's just.
Loopt hij nou met een hond? Loopt hij met een hond?
I wouldn't shock you
I
either.
would be like, fuck, you can kill me.
Kut, hij draait zich om. Nee! No!
What is that? This is the same thing.
Hey, we finally got him.
Hey, welke rond?
But Oxford.
Oh, sorry, ging snel.
Biplane flying over there. Look at that. This is World War II
That's
plane.
Adam. That's Adam still in the old school
Yeah.
shit.
Fuck you, man. I got a flip phone.
Oxford has already
Flip phone.
implemented a 15-minute city. Did you know that? Oxford, UK
Yeah,
is a
did hear
15-minute
about
city.
that.
Yeah, I heard about that they're trying to use climate change as a reason to keep people connected to these very small areas. They're trying to
Climate
say-
change
yeah.
is the excuse for everything. It's the reason why you gotta eat fake meat.
Juist.
It's the reason why you can't fly. Wow, right? Because we're not gonna. Flying will be something only for the rich. Beef will be only something for the rich. All this shit is happening. It's really happening. I'm 11 months ahead, Joe.
Yeah, you're always 11
Okay.
months ahead. We talked about this before.
I don't think everything's gonna go to shit in 11
Vergeet
months,
het.
but it's happening.
Yeah. Is there any way to stop it though, or is this just inevitable? It's just what happens before we get hit with a fucking asteroid. What
Well,
happens?
here comes Adam's answer. Pray. Pray to God. I don't know any other answer. I don't know any other answer.
Yeah.
Possible.
How much
But-
of what you all this UAP stuff? How much you because it makes me
You know what pisses me off? All the videos are always fucking wrong. Give me a joke. You got 4K in my fucking phone. Show me a shot of that TikTok, the TikTok.
What the fuck? Ik dacht dat er niemand daarachter me was. Oh, nee.
They can see your dick in outer space. No problem.
No, ik word neergestoken. Fuck.
quite a while ago.
What? What?
Yeah, TikTok was 2004. That's
really?
yeah, Commander David Fraser. We had him on top.
2004?
But I don't know what he saw. He very
Fuck.
well could have seen something that the government was working on.
Hey, ben je al down?
Makes sense because
Eén keer
it's
geweest.
the coast of San Diego,
What?
which is where all the military bases
Camper,
are.
camper,
And it
camper.
gives the guy who's
Godzo.
not just a He's a very highly decorated fighter pilot. He's an extraordinary accomplishment. Becoming merchant has allowed to fly the most fucking billion-dollar jets. You still don't believe in this shit. Transverse through fucking dimensions and disappear and reappear. And, we're working on some rapid
dat hij
propulsion system that defies all
Hoe
of
loopt
the
hij?
physics. I can't tell you. Like, I don't know who gets to know those kind of things or
Hey, is er nog cake voor mij?
that's even possible to be true.
Hè?
If you talk to like
Mag ik cake?
physicists,
Ja, we hebben nog wat.
you'd be able to
Jij hebt
tell
ook
you
net gehad, of
what
niet?
Nee.
the state
Oh, dan
is.
moet je nog even gaan halen.
The
Dus.
propulsions experts and
Gewoon
people
doen.
that do understand.
All right.
If they were here
Waar is
all
die
the
wand
time,
dan?
how much
Someone took him out! There's someone here! Over here!
is the only way they're going to really
Oh, moest
evolve
beter
is to
zitten.
sort out their differences and figure things out. And
Right in here!
Ik wist niet dat hij er al was, ik wist het niet.
wow.
Hey! Oh, fuck! In that house! Down there!
Kevin! Go! Get around her!
What the fuck, die kwam heel toch.
In a very biological way.
Weet hij het nou?
Tissues and blood cells. Well, you don't think
Helemaal
about
vergeten, ik heb een boog
when you
en
think
2
of
pijlen.
artificial life as being white. That's gonna be weird as fuck. Because if a trans
Gaat
woman
iemand morfen?
can go into girls'
Go get her, boy!
What the fuck? Ik wist het niet.
thing,
God,
which would be an artificial person.
I see her!
Where?
Artificial
Hey, Beto.
adult human that you just made. And they talk and they hang
Waarom?
out. Does that get the vote? Does that,
Right, that's a
does
good
that,
question.
does it get
32.
to use the adult
Ga je al?
bathroom? It's only been alive a day.
God.
Go on, boy, get her! In here! Right in here!
Okay.
It's Karen! Huh? Down there!
Dana! Push in!
something? Got a 10 point? Hey,
En wat lach je?
Okay, okay.
over here! There! Get it, boy! Someone there. Ava, what's wrong? You smell something?
Ik zag die jongen.
If you call
Biden's
call
and Biden's.
Trump,
Who's here? In that house!
Oh, ik moest niet gaan.
Christ, enough already.
Wat lach je?
Yeah, he's not right, but duh, obviously.
Hé, wat lach je? Wat?
American Jews and American
Hé,
descendants.
kijk mijn stream. Kijk daar, wat lach je? Weet ik.
There's stuff that you and I
Zeg maar als ik moet komen, zeg maar.
haven't.
Might have something. Pick something up, boy? In that house! I think I saw something. I'm on it. Huh? In here!
Okay.
Advertising
Oil,
one way, so they
oil.
have to control that. And it became the way they run business. It just became that. It evolved.
It is about that. That's a fact, for sure.
Because Twitter.
It's an unfair advantage of the other side.
Oké,
Now
dan.
this is tech are a bunch of whores because if you'll remember,
What did you say?
at a certain point in the I'm saying
Je blijft maar leven.
No, it was in the 2000s. All the Silicon Valley
Jongen,
CEOs were
jongen.
handing out Atlas shrugs to their employees, like, oh yeah, man, yeah, objectivism, Iran, fuck it, it was very right wing, very Republican. Peter Thiel.
Hey! Hey, it's her!
Ik ben te slam, ik ben te slam, ik ben te slam, ik ben te slam.
Universities and they shape the culture. They have to play because they're the majority
It's all captured.
employees.
It's all captured.
Yeah,
It's all been captured.
yeah, it is. Well, what's that guy? Soviet Union guy that was playing-
He's how did education system 30 years ago they started that. It seems like it could be possibly true.
There's something.
Hoeveel
way
downs?
too far in those.
Wat downs?
Something like that. 4, I think it was. When was that
Steeds
doing-
één.
how do you say his name?
Ronde. No. No way.
10 years after.
No way. Schenken. Schenken. Shank die motherfuckers. Shank. Shank ze met die Bowie knife. Shank die Bowie knife. Shank met die Bowie knife.
That'll kill you. That'll kill you. That'll kill you.
That's the thing that kills you quicker. I think
Hond, 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 hond.
this is not good. I think it's going around it.
Hondje, hondje, kom, 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 hondje, hondje, kom.
Besman. I just guessed. What did I say? Benton?
Hé, waar is die? Wow!
With this jet,
Holy
is
shit,
it
van
not-
boven komt die. Shit, waarom schiet ik door?
Yeah. Well, it's somewhere. I think it's in watch it and watch it on YouTube. And holy shit!
It's exactly what it looks like.
It's exactly what it looks like today. Whether it's a coincidence, I mean, if that guy was a betting analyst, I was going to
Nog niet dood.
The CIA also did the same thing in Europe. All these cultural artists and beatniks, they went over to Europe, all CIA assets, to like get everyone more Americanized. Don't go to the East, stay with us, stay with us. Yeah. And they were into
Ik wil eigenlijk niet zoveel kogels.
music, everything. And that's
Dus, bam. Kom op. Oh, nee. Nog een week.
you are
Weet je, hey. Weet je wat?
seemingly you're not a
Laatste keer voor deze stream. Ik kan het allemaal beter proberen. Zo. Ik wil gewoon heel veel stealth gebruiken. Ze weten maar die plek al als ik die hond ga afschieten.
invented the idea. Yeah. And where that came from, I don't know. It just I was there. It was like I saw the iPod, I saw what Dave Weiner was doing. I said, let's put this together, and boom, it was podcasting. And I just started podcasting, so that developers, software developers, would come and make applications.
What year was this again?
2004.
Kom op, timing.
But I started a couple of people before I did mine. I did Outlaw. I never Outlaw went to podcasting from the radio after that kicked off.
Yeah, he got kicked off, and the next day, that was great.
And that was before
Hond.
podcasting was going to the studio.
Ik hoor een hondje, ik hoor een hondje.
Yep.
And then Tom Green did this. Tom Green is
It's all video.
Someone's out there!
Ja, daar. Kijk. Is dat zo? Ik wist niet dat hij er lag. Shit, nu zoeken ze weg. Oh, die hond gaat weg, yes. Waarom schiet nou? Misschien moet ik hem niet schieten. Misschien is het oké. Fuck man, die driehoek werkte niet. Ik wil deze stealth aanvallen. Holy shit, ik weet niet hoe die afgemaakt. Hey, wat zo? Ik wou even kijken, wat de Helemaal lijp. Oké, nu allerlaatste keer nog. Ga anders even Rainbow starten. Ondertussen taartje eten. Motherfucker. Oh, ik krijg een beetje koud. Oh shit. Met een paar push-ups dan. Of moet ik teken omheen? Oké, dus de tactiek van net. Deze kan je neersteken. En dan wachten. Gewoon wachten. Prachtige stealthkiller. Hier is geen loot verder. Dit is er wel. Alcohol.
This is the problem. I changed one of the ways that I work out over the last few weeks. I extended my rest periods in between sets so I can get more work.
Hey, heb jij die wonderwafel? Wonderwafel. Jam. Wil ik hem toch wel schieten? Ik dacht dat ik die hond ging schieten, wisten ze ongeveer waar ik was. Oh kut, net ging die hond weg, nu komt die hond hier, hey. Oh, ik heb dat man. Kut! Weet je hoe lang dat duurt dat even met die boog doet, zo lang? Kunnen we niet even zonder te richten alvast spannen ofzo? Welke wapens heb je? Welke perks? Alleen maar die. Ga double tappen. Welke dan? Kut, ik ben te langzaam. Welke dan meer? Welke nog meer? Speed call. Welke wapens? Oh, dat is goed. Shiva? Waarom Shiva RK5? Oh ja, RK5 hoor. Max level. Max level. Network error.
But it's just like when fights are playing in the background, it's like it's yeah, the thing about the Fauci book is that it's such a corner that it's hard to pay attention to anything else. And I don't think that's where the work is.
Misschien. Stream daar van door kanaal.
Stress and anxiety. Just have some fun, get it out, and then when it's out, you'll be able to interface with reality.
The fuck, man.
But if you're interfacing with reality at work, when you're working on it,
Huh? Jouw party? Hè? Hè? Ben je in de war, man? Ik had toch een... Hè? Je was toch in mijn party? What the fuck? Ik kon niet meer chatten en toen had ik error en ging ik uit de party. Maar mijn stream doet het gewoon nog echt raar. Stream blijft... Ik dacht die stream gaat eruit. Nee. Dat zeg ik net. Dat vind ik nog vreemd ook. Wie de fuck is dit? Ik klikte op een andere party per ongeluk. Fucking bitch boy. Wie de fuck is dit? vliegen.
different kinds of language stuff. This might be just.
Run her down, boy!
I think
Je
it's
kan die boog niet spannen als je niet...
for sure, but isn't that probably like a factor?
Yep.
The industrial society in its future. It is the technology that is taking us. Real fast. We got really fast. With the cell phone came.
Ik weet echt niet wat voor
Remember you couldn't even cash a check from another bank? You know, now we have debit cards, Apple Pay. You know, I like that.
Weet je wat voor nu? Thanks for watching. Ik ben een beetje ongeduldig. Ik heb een cake.